Niche fragrances can be very expensive. When you're buying niche, you're often a more seasoned collector. You want the best. So today for you guys, I'm going to be sharing 10 niche fragrances I would keep for life. However, we're doing a twist where I am picking 2 fragrances for each category that we usually cover on this channel, which is being versatile fragrances you can wear as dumb reaches, your evening/date night fragrances, office/school fragrances, head turner loud fragrances, and then finally warm weather summer spring fragrances. Let's begin. Our own brand's next release will be a mature man's creative date night scent that focuses on notes of whiskey, tobacco, and is a vanilla-based fougere fragrance. And that is our very own Mr. Mesmeric. Mr. Mesmeric will be available for 200 bottles only for pre-order from the 30th of September to the 4th of October. If you guys want to make sure you don't miss out, click the link in the description below to sign up for notifications or to make your purchase of Mr. Mesmeric depending on when you're watching this. Versatile fragrance number 1 is Kajal Äican. This is a dumb reach, but in a really creative way. This takes that sharp, citrus, woody DNA of Tiger as mass appealing and makes it a lot more interesting, much more worth the money. Kajal is actually a very reasonably priced niche brand in general, actually, but Äican is, I think, easily their number 1 fragrance from what I've tried so far. I've tried a handful of their scents. This has really interesting notes like pineapple, passion fruit, mixed with that Tiger DNA and a hint of that praline gourmand aspect in there as well. Makes it a very interesting signature. Incredibly sexy, rich, luxurious, balanced at the same time. So you can wear this as your day and night signature in all 4 seasons. I would say this is unisex, but it's a very sexy fragrance overall. 10 to 12 hours with a medium projection. Everything about this is perfect. This is a 10 out of 10. One of my fragrances I acquired recently that just went to the top of my list really quickly. Thameen Carved Oud. I always have to keep the oud wood DNA in my collection. Carved oud is like a superior oud wood in my opinion. It clones it for the most part, but puts an interesting twist. It's thicker, it's richer, probably longer lasting than today's formulations of oud wood. It has that green, sharp, forest, masculine smell of oud wood. Probably actually a hint of real oud actually used in here. It smells a bit more luxurious, a tiny bit Middle Eastern, probably a little bit thicker with an incense note in here. This smells more like its price tag. A really great alternative to oud wood. I'm getting about 10 hours longevity with a medium projection. 37.9% of people who watch School of Scent are subscribed to us. If you guys really want to see our channel grow, go ahead and click subscribe. Let's get that number to 40%. Thank you. For the date night category, fragrance number 1 is Lafayette Street by Bond No. 9. I'm a bit of a hater towards Bond No. 9 as a brand. None of their scents have really wowed me for the most part so far. I haven't tried all their stuff in fairness, but Lafayette Street is just a dumb reach. This is a very easy to wear sexy fragrance. This could be in the versatile category also, but I think it's actually quite rare to find a dating fragrance you'd wear. I know this is the date night category, but a dating fragrance you can wear in the daytime is rare. And I think this fits that bill perfectly. You could wear this in the nighttime as well, but I think let's say you're in warmer weather, you're in a daytime scenario, in a daytime date. Let's say you're meeting a girl out for a picnic or something like that, you can wear this very easily. This has the brightness of the green apple in there. It has that coriander, which gives that sexy bit of spiciness in here as well. Overall, there's an ambery, warm ambroxan scent that's done beautifully. Not in an annoying way like ambroxan scents sometimes can be done. This is smooth, really beautifully blended, ambery. It smells to me like if La Nuit de l'Homme had a baby with Parfum de Marly's Percival. A really great scent to have in the collection, really useful. I get about 8 to 10 hours with a soft to medium projection. And then in the nighttime scenario, it has to be Mancera Amore Caffè. Probably my favorite gourmand right now in general, like a pure gourmand. Focuses on notes like tiramisu, vanilla, brown sugar, ice cream, has an amaretto liqueur note in here as well. This is one of the best coffee gourmand, just general gourmand fragrances out there ever done. It's beautifully balanced, really nicely done, super creative, really interesting notes in here. Good longevity, about 8 hours with a soft projection. This is really great for a niche collector. You want the better stuff if you're collecting niche, and it's still useful and practical to wear, which is a beautiful balance they've achieved with Amore Caffè, one of the best from Mancera. In the office/school scenario, I'd first pick Le Labo Another 13. One of the best from Le Labo, a really sexy minimalist fragrance. Think of Molecule 01 kind of style, but this has a bit more going on. When you're going niche, you want a bit more going on. And the fact that this is beastly, 12 hours with medium projection, makes it worth the money in my opinion, just about. But it has really interesting molecule-based notes like The ISOE Super, large amounts in there still, the Ambretta lie, giving this musky, ambery aspect here. Very strong musks, almost like freshly pressed iron shirt musks, really clean, bright, expensive smelling. This smells just really sexy overall. And I just think it's beautifully blended, how it's done. You know it's simplistic, but it's still really attractive in the way that it's so simplistic. Sort of like if you don't know what you want to wear, you want something that's simple, clean, bright, will last all day, will get you compliments. It's inoffensive, can work in the office very easily for both genders actually. Then another 13 is really unique in that way and a really interesting fragrance. I really definitely recommend that everyone try this fragrance out if you can. And then Ormonde Jayne Montabaco Intensivo. This sort of goes in the opposite direction into the fact that it's still inoffensive, but it's a lot more complex compared to something like another 13. This is a masterclass in blending in perfumery. So many things going on here. The citruses, the tobacco, the suede, the tea note, the large amounts of ISOE Super in here. This is a very interesting blend that smells airy, ozonic, clean, not really focused on any sweetness in particular, just a very bright, clean, mature man scent overall. I would say Ormonde Jayne, a lot of their fragrances actually opt to be a little bit more feminine actually, or maybe unisex. You don't find a lot of their scents to be very obviously masculine, but this might be one of them. I think this definitely leans masculine. This can be worn by a mature, regal, gentlemanly, elegant man for his office scents. I think this is one of the best office fragrances out there. I just think this is a very inoffensive scent overall in general. If you like really airy, relaxing fragrances like Silver Mountain Water or Armani's Eau de Cedre, that kind of style, you'll enjoy this. This definitely works best in spring as well. 10 hours longevity with medium projection. For the warm weather category, spring or summer, I have to keep this in the collection, Tales from Zanzibar by Memoirs of a Perfume Collector. One of the most creative tropical scents you'll ever smell. A really interesting, unique note of guava in here, one of my favorite fruit notes. I'm shocked that not more perfume creations use it, actually. This is woody, metallic, it has real oud in here, smelling a bit musky, a little bit Middle Eastern because of that. A very unique creation that is very easy to love, sharp, fresh, but at the same time, it has a really unique approach to it. It lasts about 10 to 12 hours as well with a medium projection. Niche quality, easily worth its price tag. It's such a unique and iconic and memorable fragrance that I need to keep this in my collection. And I would say this is unisex, leaning a little bit masculine. And while Tales from Zanzibar is a bit more of a fun, casual, laid-back scent, this is more complex, a little bit more serious. And of course, that is Roja Parfum Burlington 1819. This smells a bit more mature, more masculine, very complex. This is something that smells so easy to love if you like the style, if you want to smell like a luxurious, rich, mature man, but at the same time, it has complexity where you'll never get bored of it. Orange, pepperiness, spices, ambers, some interesting musks, a hint of rum in here. The note breakdowns just kind of goes on forever, but I just think this is one of the best blended fragrances of all time. Super unique, you have to try this. 12 hours longevity with medium projection. This smells like money. It's expensive, but I think it's worth it. And lastly, the loud projecting head turner category, Chanel Coromandel. This is one of the best patchouli fragrances ever made. I always say that. I think it's probably the #1 scent from the Chanel private line right now, for me at least personally. This is very loud, citrus, white chocolate, tiny powdery iris facet in here, but mainly a patchouli fragrance. Loud, clean, elegant patchouli. This smells like Chanel elegance in a bottle. It personifies it, and it has just very beautiful naturals. I don't try to do too much. It feels timeless because of the use of the naturals here. I think this is going to be a classic for many decades to go. I get around 10 hours with a medium to loud projection with Coromandel. This is a head turner in an elegant way. One of my favorite fragrances of all time. And then lastly, Interlude Black Iris by Amouage. Amouage has a lot of fantastic big hits in their brand in general. Interlude Black Iris is something that's worth keeping in the collection for life because it's nice having a traditional oud scent that's quite rich. This is floral, dark, powdery iris or orris, the real stuff. One of the most expensive ingredients of all the perfumery with real oud, with myrrh, some of the most expensive stuff. It smells expensive. It's very dark, rich, smoky, ambery. There's complexity, there's intensity in here. This is niche quality personified also. 14 to 16 hours with a medium to loud projection. This is definitely only autumn and wintertime material. This is going to turn heads, definitely more of a nighttime fragrance, but I just think in general, if you're a an avid fan of perfumery, you want to get the best stuff, this is one of the best creations in the niche realm ever made. Easily worth its price tag. You can find it on discounters, which is just shocking because even at its original price, I still think it's easily worth it. That concludes this video, guys. What are your thoughts on my current standing of some niche fragrances I would have to keep for life? This list hopefully gives you an idea of how to keep your collection well-rounded. What are some fragrances in the niche realm that you currently feel like you have to keep for the rest of your life? Let us know in the comments down below, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to check out our previous video on blind buy worthy niche fragrances. I'll see you guys in the next one.